Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I have a crazy story to share with you guys. Rockstar Games, the creators of GTA 5, are trying to sue a 16-year-old kid hacker for using mods in GTA Online. This story is coming from an inside source on the case. At the moment, I can't share too much in the terms of details and specifics. I've been asked to keep things to an absolute minimum until this case becomes public, which I'm told will be very, very soon. But until then, I want to share what I do know and what I'm allowed to say about this, more as a warning to everybody out there to be careful what you do, not just in GTA 5, but in other games as well. Because there are other game developers out there at the moment in a very similar situation, going after people who use mods and hacks in their games. And there's more information about that later on in the video. But in regards to GTA 5, in the last 12 months or so, Rockstar have really stepped up their efforts to attack and combat the issue of modders and hackers in GTA Online, specifically on PC. That's where the issue is at its worst. In fact, around this time last year, nearly every public session in online would have at least one modder in that session. And it was also around this time last year that Rockstar began taking action against this. Rockstar began sending out cease and desist letters to the developers and creators of these online mod menus to their personal addresses. So Rockstar somehow obtained the personal addresses of these mod menu creators and sent them this legal document which forces them to stop and shut down any activity revolving around these menus, and at the same time also donate all of their profits to a charity of their choosing. Otherwise, Rockstar would pursue this further and take them to court over it. Now I just want to point out, just to get the personal addresses of these people is a pretty big thing in itself. I believe to even do this, what Rockstar would have had to have done is file for a court order, which is then sent to the website hosting for the website of these mod menus, requesting they give all details they have on these people. Rockstar then of course can then send the cease and desist letters to these people requesting they shut down and cease all activities. And from my understanding, everyone who was targeted did as they were told. They shut down immediately and ceased all activities, because who wants to be sued by Rockstar Games? Someone who to date has won a lot of very big cases and has spent over $1 billion in lawsuits alone. Now Rockstar apparently a few days after this, sending the cease and desist letters, also sent private investigators to turn up to their houses and obtain any additional information. Now I'm not too sure how true this part is, but supposedly they were also forced to hand over any details they had about their users. So people who had bought the mod menus, so if they had any details whatsoever, names, IP addresses and stuff like this, they were also required to hand that over. And of course, they were also required to sign other legal documents stating they would not start these menus back up or start any similar activity like it. But surprisingly, this wasn't the end of it. Despite most of the major online mod menus being taken down, there were still quite a few remaining, and other people of course decided it was a good idea to try and fill the gap in the market. So new menus came about. Now of course Rockstar then initiated what I would consider a Wave 2 takedown, so later on in the year, just before Christmas I believe, again a load of creators and developers of these menus then received more cease and desist letters to take down these menus and donate all profits to a charity of their choosing. And again, from what I've been told, pretty much everyone complied. They took down the menus and posted on their websites that unfortunately they had been taken down and all profits had been donated to charity. You guys may already be aware about this. I've talked about this in videos earlier this year. And of course then a few days later on, Rockstar sent private investigators to their house once again to obtain any additional information about users and hand additional legal documents. But the story isn't over just yet. Despite the creators of these mod menus complying and taking down these mod menus and ceasing all activity, and Rockstar originally saying they wouldn't pursue it any further if they did this, well Rockstar have now changed their mind. Rockstar apparently are now pursuing further legal action, and at least several people and several menus, which again I cannot name just yet until this case is made public, which again, as I mentioned at the start of the video, will apparently be very, very soon. But one of the individuals being sued is just 16 years old, so would be considered a minor. And some of the claims Rockstar have made so far are pretty crazy and rather outlandish. Again, I can't really share too much in the terms of specifics, but the focus being on the loss of profits. Supposedly with the distribution of these mod menus, it encouraged players not to spend money in-game on shark cards, but instead to use these mod menus to get themselves illegitimate money and ranks and other items in-game. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, Rockstar Games are the only game developer right now undergoing some legal action against modders and hackers in their game. You guys may have heard of a very similar situation taking place with Fortnite in the last few weeks and months. There is a 14-year-old hacker who's being sued by Epic Games for using mods in Fortnite and was live streaming these on YouTube. Now this person wasn't even the creator of the mod menu, he simply bought access to it and was just seen using it in a live stream on YouTube. Now Epic Games took down this live stream, but the 14-year-old decided he would try and fight it. To which Epic Games responded with, "We're going to sue you," and they revealed loads of information including the name of this 14-year-old, which is completely illegal because he's a minor. And this kid's mum just completely embarrassed Epic Games when they tried to say they were taking this to court. She argued that he's 14 years old, he's not the creator of this mod menu, and in no way, shape or form are their profits being affected because Fortnite is a free-to-play game. So this case was completely thrown out of court and didn't go any further. But supposedly Epic Games are still trying to pursue this and using this situation and this kid as an example, that they won't stop at anything to try and combat this issue in-game. And that, by the looks of things, is exactly what Rockstar Games are doing themselves with these people and the mod menus, despite the fact that these people have shut down the menus months ago and are no longer even involved in anything like that. Rockstar are still pursuing further legal action, despite not really getting anything from it if they do win. But they're simply doing this to make an example of these people and to prove they won't stop at anything when it comes to fighting this issue in their games. And I was told that Rockstar so far have spent millions upon millions of dollars just to try and combat the issue of mod menus in GTA Online. And that so far is just to fight a few select menus. If Rockstar did start going after the players who bought these menus and have used them in GTA Online, which they very well could because using a mod menu in GTA Online is against the game's terms of service. And as I mentioned previously, supposedly Rockstar already have the details of all these people because the creators of these menus were forced to hand over any details and information they had on their users. I personally though cannot see this happening, but I guess it all comes down to how far Rockstar want to take this. But for now, the moral of the story being, don't use any mods in an online game because at the moment it is a growing issue which more and more gaming companies are trying to fight and combat with any means necessary. Anyway, but with that being said, that's pretty much it then for this information. Now, like I said, once this case becomes public, I will try and update you guys with this story and share what I can with you guys. There's a lot more to this, and I really want to share it with you guys right now, but I've been told to try and keep the specifics out of this and keep the details to an absolute minimum because it could result in implications on various parties. So hopefully, very, very soon, more information will come to light and I can share more details, which menus are being targeted and sued, and how this may affect other players who maybe bought these menus in the past and whether they will be targeted in the future by Rockstar or not. And very quickly, I just want to point out, this is only affecting online mods, so stuff that only takes place offline and in single player in GTA 5 is fine, just as long as it doesn't affect stats or anything like that. Anyway, so with that being said guys, that's pretty much it then for this video. Very quickly though, I want to just let you guys know, because I haven't really mentioned this too much yet on my YouTube channel, that I am now live streaming every day on my Facebook page. I'm playing games like GTA 5 and Fortnite and other stuff that I enjoy playing. So if you guys don't already follow me over there, I would recommend doing so. There's a link in the description. Like I said, I'm trying to live stream every day, and although there's not many of you guys over there, it's really good fun, and I want to try and play more stuff other than just GTA 5. So please, if you guys are interested, come across, follow and like the page, and stay tuned because I will be trying to live stream as much as possible over there, and every now and again there'll be the opportunity for you guys to get involved and play with me as well in the various games. So if you guys want to do that, then even more of a reason to go across and make sure you're following my page. But with that being said guys, that's pretty much it then for this video. Of course, I want to get your thoughts and feelings on this information, so go ahead and leave a comment right now. If you guys could also drop a like as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated, and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.